When the movie comes out, I gotta give a massive round of applause once again to everybody involved in the set design and the animatronics and just the whole thing. Honestly, it's gonna be incredible. I cannot wait.
Hello everyone and welcome back to another video, and not another video, FNAF movie news. Amazing, finally we got some classic spicy FNAF movie news to give you today. Now there's a crap ton to review today. There's images, there's so much news from the FNAF YouTubers that it's incredible. And basically the FNAF YouTubers Doku, 8-Bit Ryan and Raz have shipped out to America to see the FNAF movie set, and the draft of the FNAF movie and the feedback they have is incredible. Of course, I'm going to use Razbowski because he's the most descriptive. I didn't watch 8-Bit Ryan though, but he's probably going to be the exact same. But it's the most describable of what the FNAF movie is going to be like, so I'm going to use him. Of course, if you want to watch the other YouTubers, I'm going to have them in the link in the description, of course.
Accuracy-wise to the game, perfect. Accuracy-wise to the era, amazing. Accuracy-wise to believing that this place could feed people, and not just the animatronics, 100% accurate. But like, I'm cheesing now just remembering it and thinking back on it, and I've just looked at the footage as well, and oh, I wish I could show you, but you just gotta have to like and subscribe.
Oh, before diving into this, the FNAF YouTubers actually vlogged their time there. Of course, we can't look at it right now because, well, they're gonna spoil the entire movie, and we'll see animatronics before actually publicly Blumhouse wants to release what they look like, or you know, a proper trailer. But when that happens, we will see the footage, and it's gonna be amazing to see what the reaction were. But moving on, Razbowski discussed about how the FNAF movie, the set of the pizzeria, is completely accurate, but it doesn't, like, it's not just a video game where things just don't make sense or like silly layout. They actually put a good amount of detail making it look like an actual pizzeria, a 90s version, like, but FNAF themed. And of course, where you can actually feed people and not those animatronics, they did that. So this really shows how much Blumhouse carefully made the FNAF pizzeria. Hearing you describe it, either he's sweet talking it or they've done a really good job of how the FNAF pizzeria is going to look. It's not just a silly like a game remake or like a poorly remade game, because they could do that. They carefully detailed what the FNAF movie is going to look like, but trying to keep accurate of what the time looks like. You can't just have a silly looking layout of a pizzeria, because that ain't gonna work. So obviously they have to tweak things here and there to make sense of the timeline, but not going too far that it's unrecognizable and people watching the movie just gonna say, okay, that's not FNAF, that's just some random pizzeria.
Next up, I think we'll talk about the back spaces. You've got the corridors. When I say that this place is all linked together, it's all linked together. Like, you can go behind the show stage and you get to parts and service. Parts and service is there, and you get to go in there and you see broken up animatronics and endoskeletons and loads of wires and everything like that. The set dressing for the entire thing is incredible. So you got the parts and service, which has a very cool scene. So you got the parts and service, then you've got the corridors, which exactly like in the FNAF games. If you have a look at the cameras on Five Nights at Freddy's 1, what you see on there, I'm pretty certain they're all there, except you actually get to see the kitchen. But you got the back corridors, they look amazing. You've got the corridors running down to the office, which obviously is a big thing. We'll talk about that in a second. You've got the closet where Bonnie hides out and looks up at the camera. You've got that. What's on the right hand side? The bathrooms. Well, you've got a place to the bathrooms. I don't know if there's any scenes in there.
So seeing what Razbowski's saying there, there's a lot of detail. There's more. There's like, it's not just like the cameras where it's just an infinite void. There's actual places. If you walked around the pizzeria, you're actually gonna go somewhere without hitting a blank wall or something like that. So it sounds like what you're saying about the backstage. It sounds like it's gonna be actually behind the show stage. So it ain't gonna be its own room. I'm not sure if it's gonna be its own room or it's just gonna be like, you know, behind the backstage. or behind the show stage. So I think he's kind of heading towards that. So basically, if you go into the backstage, it's like a lot of wiring. It's a rundown little area with like a bunch of broken animatronics. He says there's a scene in there, which it'd be really cool to see like someone getting stuffed into an animatronic suit, or like finding someone's dead body inside like a Freddy Fazbear suit. Now, would they do that? It depends how the movie wants to go. If someone that's already died there, and he's like the guy's walking about and he's not meant to be looking where he's meant to be looking, and he finds a dead body inside the suit. That'd be really cool, but I'm not sure if they're gonna go for that direction or not. It could be like either he's looking around or there's like a important scene or something like that. But it sounds like how Resbowski's headed towards it. There's gonna be something going on in there. He also says like some other things, like how everything's connected and the hallways and that, and how everything detailed in the office and that. Or not the office, like everything leading up to it in the rooms. It's gonna be really cool seeing this when it comes out. I cannot wait to see how this FNAF movie comes together.
But the office, that was one of the first places we actually got to see. We went into the office, and it feels like the FNAF 1 office. You walk in through the door, and you just immediately go, this is FNAF 1. This is Five Nights at Freddy's 1. This office right here has got the TV monitor set up. You've got the Celebrate poster. I tried to honk Freddy's nose. You'll have to just watch the video and find out if the nose actually honks or not when I release that. And it's all there. It's perfect. They've got a fan. The fan is there. The detail, the accuracy that has gone into this is absolutely amazing. The office has been changed up slightly, but for logical reasons, it makes sense. And they've actually done a really cool twist with the office as well. But for accuracy, it's pretty much identical. But they've changed up one thing slightly, which if you're annoyed about it just get over it. It's enjoyable.
When I say Blumhouse really cares about the FNAF movie, I feel like this really shows for it. It sounds like the FNAF office really is going to give us a nostalgic look when it finally appears. Obviously, like Raz said, there's going to be some small differences for it to make sense. Maybe like the buttons on the wall, they might be a little bit different, but I mean, who's gonna care? If it's a minor difference, it's not going to matter. It's not gonna matter. If you get angry over something like that, then you're gonna have to go outside and rethink your life choices. But except that, it sounds like how he's describing it. It sounds like the office is gonna be a kind of a nostalgic look, as like if the nose is gonna be honkable or not, or the fans and the desk. If everything is oriented correctly, then this might be a really cool looking office, and hopefully they get it a little more accurate. But it doesn't matter if they don't have it as accurate, but it'd be really fun to see how identical the FNAF office is compared to the movie.
So, from what we've seen, the story-wise, we've not seen it all, but we've seen little snippets, we've heard little bits, and obviously when we're watching the scenes, we need context to the scenes. But from what we have witnessed, I'm really happy with the story. I've heard about the ending and stuff like that. Not all of it, but from what I've heard, you will enjoy it. Obviously, it's changed, but it's the same story you know and love. Has to be changed, has to be altered for the big screen, so don't go in there expecting everything the same, because it isn't. But what has been altered is really good. It, like, from a storytelling point of view, it is really good. It makes sense.
So seeing how Raz describes what the story is going to be like, of course we don't get all the details because he can't spoil it, and obviously he saved some of the movie for himself, so we're only getting the wee crumbs from the captain here. But what we get so far is that the characters and the entire story by itself sounds really well built up. It's not just a flat game, because if you're making a movie on FNAF 1, there's nothing to go off of it, and like the FNAF franchise by itself, it's too much, and to make one movie about it, you have to have a decent amount of story, right? It can't just be flat like, oh my god, the animatronics are murderers and that. You have to have backstory and making effective characters to make the movie effective. Of course, I might not understand what I'm saying, but using smart words and saying things like Raz probably would sell the point. But yes, what I'm trying to say is that the FNAF movie story sounds really good. It sounds like there's going to be extra things, not just blatant FNAF. There might be like a little bit of backstory to William Afton's, or you know, not only William Afton, like the family and stuff. There's probably going to be cutscenes. We'll get to that later on, by the way. But yeah, so far the FNAF movie story and the characters, the acting sounds really good too. So we'll hear more of that from Raz.
What you've all been waiting for? Let's talk about the animatronics, huh? So, the animatronics, Foxy's not included. He's gone. I'm sorry. Yeah, people would be really mad. Foxy, of course Foxy's there. Foxy, Freddy, Chica, Bonnie, they're all there and they look amazing. Again, can't really talk too much about the animatronics because there's going to be a reveal at some point and that's when I can talk about them. However, what I do want to say is that they are amazing. The Jim Henson team has done such a good job of these animatronics that they are one for one. It's like you've just gone into the game files, pulled out Freddy, plopped him on the stage and went, you're good to go. That's how accurate they are. These are perfect.
Man, if this doesn't make you excited for the FNAF movie, I do not know what will. The way Raz describes how the FNAF animatronics look, it's incredible, man. I'm so excited, right? How he says how accurate they are and that. Dude, it's going to be incredible watching the FNAF movie and how nostalgic it's going to be. Seeing these classic nostalgic characters just be plopped on the big screen like that. And how Razbowski says like the game files and then dragged onto their stage and boom, that's done. This must be really accurate, detailed animatronics. And if he's right, if he's not sweet talking this, and if he's correct, and he's not like completely incorrect about this is going to be incredible. Because it's going to be so cool seeing how it's not like a poorly done version of animatronics. They're actually properly accurate. You're going to see your favorite animatronic Fazbear on the stage in the big screen. It's going to be really cool, and I think it's going to really sell the movie. Obviously we'll get to see how cool the animatronic before the movie comes out, but the trailer I bet is going to be absolutely incredible. Now moving on to the more recent FNAF news, or what we're gonna think it's gonna be news. Of course it's FNAF news, dude. Jason Blum tweeted this Twitter post saying tomorrow. Obviously when he does stuff like this, it's of course the FNAF movie. It's the only time he does sussy stuff like this, and we're expecting some good news. Now recently, a few hours ago, 6 hours ago, if I'm watching this or whatever, he did post a bunch of flowers. Now everyone, of course, because they wanted FNAF so bad, they were thirsty and they thought this was FNAF 4. Of course you could think that, but I doubt, or I think Jason Blum knew this was gonna happen. Everyone was like, oh my god, it's the FNAF 4 flowers and that, and it's like, oh, it's FNAF 4 and that. He was just, you know, yeah, he was tugging, he was poking the bear and that, he was just messing around. He did tweet after that, an hour ago, saying that that isn't the proper news, there's gonna be more news later on or something like that. And, well, I wonder what this news is. Is it gonna be finally a FNAF animatronic review? Because it sounds like animatronics are finished, and it sounds like a lot of the filming. I remember hearing that the movie is finished, just it's in now like post-production where they started editing. That is incredible. In a few months the movie's already finished in recording, but of course it's gonna take a long time editing it. That's probably what takes the longest part, and then like, getting everything advertising and that. But yeah, this could be really exciting. It sounds like the direction what we're hearing so far, the FNAF movie could come out late this year. It could come out early next year, but it'd be really fun. Imagine how funny it'd be to come out in October. That'd be pretty funny. But anyways, everyone, that is FNAF movie news. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you wanted to watch the original creators videos, then make sure to go in the link description. If you want to see Twitter posts, I'll link those in the description too. So yeah, no hassle, you don't have to search it up or go to the dark web to find out what FNAF is. Anyways, FNAF is real, and I'll see you all later.